To get the cheapest Madden 17 Ultimate Team coins for any console, check out mutbank.com for cheap coins, instant delivery, and 100% safe. Use code Zirksee at checkout for a 10% discount on your order.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What is going on, guys? It is Zirksee today with another video, and today they released another blog on Madden 18, and it is actually going to be Madden Mechanics community requested address. So we have a ton of different things that they improved. So the first thing they did is off-ball injuries. So now, like offensive linemen, some receivers that may have been blocking on the play, some cornerbacks, maybe a linebacker, you get clipped by an offensive lineman, they can get injured, and not just people that have the the ball in their hands. So this is kind of cool. I don't think it really matters for Mutt. To be honest, not many injuries even happen in Madden. I didn't even think I saw one this year in Madden Ultimate Team, so I don't think that it matters for the Mutt players, but for online, there are some injuries. Then we have the ball hawk skill mechanic. You can no longer just hold down the Y for the entire play, which I'm pretty sure like 90% of people usually just do that. Ball hawk is now a timing based skill. If the button is held down or pressed for too long, the defender will receive a heavy penalty to his chance of making the catch and will likely drop the ball. You'll see a user skill notification pop out of the scoreboard to tell you if the mechanic was timed correctly or not. Quarterbacks can also fake out user defenders holding ball hawk with a pump fake. So if you hold down Y the entire play, you're probably just going to get a drop, or you can also get juked out if someone does a pump fake, which I'm not sure how many people actually learn to do the pump fake, but I'm definitely have to learn how to do that to juke out some defenders. And maybe if you're scrambling and someone told them why, you pump fake and then you can take off for like 15 yards. So that's pretty damn cool. And then next up we have the hit stick skill mechanic. Hit stick has been moved back to be exclusively on the right stick. Defenders will no longer be able to use the aggressive tackle mechanic on X/square to land hit sticks. It's now based on timing and facing it with more risk and reward. It also brings back the ability for low or high hit sticks by flicking the stick down or up respectively. Landing a hit stick will be accompanied by a controller rumble and unique tackle audio. So that's pretty dang cool. I know I usually just use the stick anyway, so that really doesn't affect me at all. Ball carrier special moves, they did fix the juke, spin, and also the hurdle moves to make them more effective. Now, I'm pretty sure this will also go in terms with your running back, are they bigger, smaller, however that may be. The moves are also less punitive in terms of fumble chances, and more importantly, user control players on defense can now be faked out as effectively as AI control players, especially when attempting a hit stick. Dropped interceptions. Dating back many years, one of the top competitive complaints was around defenders dropping wide open interceptions. I definitely agree with that. With the competitive game style, if your defender has a good catch rate and is open, there will be a significantly higher chance the interception will be caught. Keep in mind, you'll still see dropped interceptions in this scenario if the defender's catch rating does not meet the threshold. Catches in traffic can also still result in drop picks, so if your cornerback has 70 catching, the odds of them dropping an interception are way lower than they have been in the past. This next thing is really cool. They basically have fixed the swerves. They fixed several assignments and positioning issues to ensure that this tactic is no longer effective. Defenders will play the ball effectively instead of locking in with the receiver. That is amazing. Curl flats. Curl flats will crash to the flats and leave deeper routes open down the sideline. We implemented a new rule called no cover zone, where underneath defenders won't jump routes 5 yards and under. So if you have a curl route and someone is on a tight end, kind of like drag, but not a drag, it's sort of like a flat just to the sidelines, they won't jump that anymore. They'll actually go for the streak route. Fumble recovery, a big issue was the fumbles where the ball was on the ground, like 8 people would come over try to pick it up and no one can pick that up. That has also been fixed. Another thing is user controlling linebackers may not be as effective now. They've made alterations so defender running curves and turn rates to ensure that only elite defenders are capable of making these types of plays. Lower rated defenders will not be able to take away the middle of the field as effectively. So like Shazier, Bobby Wagner, those guys that are really fast, really athletic with good agility, good jumping, good speed, excel, those guys will still be really good. But if you're using someone like Kuechly, who's not really the most agile, is kind of more of a run stuffer type guy, he's not going to be that good at usering. Dropped open racks was one of the biggest technical issues we dealt with on Madden 17. Our online team worked on this area extensively with the Madden gameplay to ensure the problem is resolved in Madden 18, so that's awesome. Hard flats, They've also made it so now the corners will jump flat routes, take away the flats, maybe knock the ball out. They will read the route progression, AI defenders swap versus interception. Another top competitive community issue was to remove outcomes where defenders would swat down what would have been an easy interception. I definitely agree with this. On competitive only, defenders will now always go for the interception on an open read on the ball. Definitely like that. Directional controls of rat catches. Sometimes you would try to do a rat catch and your player would just run out of bounds. They have fixed that now, so you won't just run out of bounds. You can direction your receiver to go up. And this next one is probably the most important one to me. Size and weight factor. Hit sticks and impact blocks will now be more on weight. You'll see less instances of smaller players successfully landing a hit stick on a bigger ball carrier, or wide receivers impact blocking bigger linebackers, especially when not moving with enough speed to make a big hit. So people like Derrick Henry, Marshawn Lynch, the big running backs. I mean, Derrick Henry's like 6'3", 250. Those guys not going to foam very much, and they're going to truck over a lot of people. This is awesome. Overtime is now in the play now games. Low rated QB, actually complaints about lower rated QBs being too accurate has been addressed with a new inaccuracy system. So if you're using a Cam Newton who's more about speed, or a Mike Vick, someone like that doesn't have the best of accuracy, there's going to be some more inaccurate passes. So you really have to decide, do you want to go for more speed to scramble, or do you want to go with more accuracy? Defenders in practice mode has actually skipped a whole bunch. Defenders in practice mode, when a user is on defense in practice, the AI will not snap the ball if it senses the user making defensive adjustments. So that's pretty cool. Slower players catching faster players, this will not happen anymore. Another big thing that we needed, because that's just ridiculous. Should not happen at all. Position specific defensive hot routes. The hot routes available for defenders at the line of scrimmage are now position specific. Users should now see defensive hot routes that makes sense for the position they are hot routing. This change provides a variety of new tools they can use to adjust their defenders when at the line of scrimmage. A breakdown of the new defensive hot routes on a per position basis is shown below. If a safety is subbed in via formation package or formation sub to an outside cornerback position, he will get the outside cornerback hot route. If by alignment an outside cornerback was to align inside over a slot receiver, he is considered a slot defensive back. Therefore, he gets the slot defensive back hot route, and then a whole bunch of different stuff you guys can see right there. Defensive hot route, key by position, a ton of different stuff. I'll just scroll down so you guys can see it, but we got a ton of new information, and make sure to let me know what you guys want to see mostly out of this and you're looking forward to. Seriously, the height and weight thing gets me really excited. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment. I'll bring out a new video when they drop some new information. I will see you guys next time.